Why do WWE continuously spoil Royal Rumble returns? I have a bold claim about Rhea Ripley, and there's been some more transfers in WWE's transfer window. Let's get into it. I'm Ben Allison, and I've analysed last night's episode of Friday Night SmackDown, and here are my 5 key findings. In at number 5, 3-hour SmackDowns have saved this tag team division. 6 months ago, the SmackDown Tag Team division might as well have been non-existent. I genuinely think they were putting more time into NXT Level Up compared to it. But since the Motor City Machine Guns joined, and then after that SmackDown went to 3 hours, well, it has completely and utterly revived this tag team division, and it is better than it has been potentially ever. There are multiple overlapping story times, there's more TV time for pretty much every tag team, especially my boys, the Yes Boys, Pretty Deadly, but also we are now going to be having a tag team title match on a PLE. How long has it been since we have seen one of those? Motor City Machine Guns versus DIY at the Royal Rumble in a 2 out of 3 falls match is undoubtedly going to be a banger, and the future of this tag team division now does seem so bright, and I am excited for it. But the real test is going to be when SmackDown moves back to 2 hours later this year. Will it be able to still make the tag team division feel important? We'll have to wait and see. In at number 4, finally we are seeing some movement in this transfer window. Damian Priest and The Miz have moved to SmackDown. Meanwhile, A-Town Down Under have moved to Raw. And yes, so far this window we've seen a couple of moves. We saw Bayley move to Raw, Braun Strowman move to SmackDown, and the Wyatts move to SmackDown. But all of those have been like one an episode. Last night we got 4 in one night. So hopefully they're going to start actually doing trades now. My hope is that on Monday we get like another 4 to 6. Then next week on SmackDown we get another 4 to 6 again. And at that point, the window slams shut. Because like I said before, I absolutely love the idea of a transfer window in wrestling. I think it is a great concept which could work really well. But at least as a viewer, it's felt like WWE have not really had a plan for this entire thing. And because of that, well, it's kind of just felt like a mess, honestly. I still would absolutely love a football-style transfer deadline day in wrestling. I think that would work so well. But I think, based on what we've seen so far, that's probably not going to happen. So honestly, I just want this to end now and for the rosters to once again be separate. In at number 3, Rhea Ripley might be WWE's biggest full-time star right now. Her segments always draw super high ratings on social media. In fact, she pretty much outdraws Cody Rhodes every single week. Her TV ratings are always strong, and every single night in the arena, she gets the pop of the night. And last night, well, she undoubtedly did as well. Now, in fairness, Cody Rhodes was announced for the show, so he wasn't a surprise, but Rhea Ripley was, so perhaps that could play into it. But even still, I legitimately do think you can make an argument right now that Rhea Ripley is a bigger star than Cody Rhodes. I know some people are going to hate me for saying that, but I do think it could be true. I don't think she's a bigger star than Roman Reigns or John Cena, but they're not full-time anymore, right? So I do think when it comes to full-time draws, she could be WWE's biggest star right now. But despite all of this, nobody's really talking about the possibility of her main eventing this year's WrestleMania. But she is the Women's World Champion. She's a huge star for them. I do think it's possible if given the right story. Before we go any further, if you guys could like and subscribe on this video, that would mean a lot to me. Here at Wrestling Republic, we do between 5 to 10 free videos every single week, and in addition to that, we also do a 45-minute daily live stream at 8 p.m. UK, 3 p.m. Eastern, and 12 p.m. Pacific. It's all free. All we ask is that you guys like, subscribe, and if you can, comment as well. We really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. In at number 2, Joetesor deserves his flowers. Joetesor has gone from somebody who's never called a wrestling event to one of the best play-by-play commentators in the entire industry in less than 6 months. And yes, of course, he had so much experience calling events before then, but they weren't wrestling events, and we have seen it time and time again in recent years that WWE have tried to recruit a great announcer from another sport. They've come into WWE and it's just not worked. But Joetesor, well, he has made it work. And last night he absolutely was in top form, from doing a fantastic intro to then interviewing Cody, and then of course his commentary work all night long. I mean, this guy is a gem, an absolute diamond that WWE have found in the rough, and I'm looking forward to seeing what the future holds for him in WWE. For years now, they've been trying to find another version of Michael Cole, a Michael Cole to be on the other brand, and it's kind of felt like every single year they've had to change it up, but I do think now they have found their guy. And in at number 1, why are WWE spoiling Royal Rumble surprises? I understand why for shows such as the Raw and Netflix premiere, you are going to advertise The Rock and John Cena ahead of time. That will bring in ratings, but the Royal Rumble match in itself is a draw, and Charlotte Flair undoubtedly is a draw as well, right? But she's not a bigger draw than the Royal Rumble. You don't need to announce her. There is literally zero benefit to it, but it would have been a lovely surprise in the match itself. And this isn't a one-off. Over the past few years, WWE have been constantly spoiling surprises for the Royal Rumble, and they've been doing it more and more, and it's frustrating me so much. As a fan of professional wrestling, I absolutely love surprises. I love that feeling of when your just body fills with adrenaline watching it. You can't believe it. You're shocked. You're drawn in instantly. I absolutely love that feeling. It is almost like a drug. And that is why I hate dirt sheets. I hate the fact they spoil stuff. I hate the fact that they are hurting the wrestling business, in my personal opinion. But honestly, now WWE are spoiling their own surprises as well. It's just so frustrating to me. Don't get me wrong, I'm sure there will be other surprises in the Royal Rumble match, right? There definitely will still be surprises. But announcing Charlotte, there's no benefit to it. It would have been another surprise, which would have been great. So yeah, I am quite frustrated about it, honestly. Am I overreacting? Let me know in the comments. But overall, I did enjoy last night's episode of SmackDown. But if I am being completely honest here, once again, it didn't really feel must-watch. Every single week since SmackDown has moved to 3 hours, nothing really on it has felt must-watch. And it's been disappointing. It really has been. I mean, people joked for years that when Roman Reigns wasn't on SmackDown, it was filler. But it kind of really is backing up that point since he's been moved to Raw. I do think, especially after the Royal Rumble, WWE are going to need to just do some more stuff on SmackDown to make it feel must-watch. Because after all, it is 3 hours on a Friday night. That is a big commitment for a lot of people to, commit their Friday nights to. And if you're not putting stuff on it which isn't must-watch, I don't know how many people are going to continue to watch. But like I said, it was fun. There was nothing bad about it, really. It's just nothing must-see. But I would absolutely love to get your guys' thoughts in the comments, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. See you guys then. Peace!